Okay, so it is Monday night
Monday the 16th of August,
at
9:45 Quebec time.
9:45. And oh my gosh, what a day. We are staying in Matane, which is lovely. Oh my gosh, it's a lovely spot. I would stay here.
Alright, it's a nice little town.
It is a nice little town. We have a lovely room. We are staying at the Marina Hotel. They have a heated pool. We have everything we could ever wish for, and the tourist bureau here in Matane. Oh, she was so helpful, most helpful so far. So polite and so nice, and she spoke very good English, which was really, really good. And she was very helpful. Very intense day of riding. Oh my gosh. All through. Coming from Per Se, oh my gosh, it was amazing. We had to go down these huge, do you remember those? Oh my gosh, the drops. They had signs up for what the angles of the drops would be.
The descents, yeah.
The descents, and I think they were like 12 degrees and...
We had 12% grade.
They were amazing. It was like going on a roller coaster. I was literally screaming in my helmet the whole way. Oh my gosh. There were like cliffs on up one side and down the other, and turns were so sharp, and it was pretty cool.
The problem came a few miles out of Per Se when we encountered our first road work for the day.
There was a lot of road work.
And
how often would you say?
More than every 25 kilometers.
Yeah. But to be fair, I mean, they do here in Quebec, they do mark their road work quite well. I mean, you know what's coming up. The signs are coming, and at some points they even had we'd have to stop and we'd be waiting there, and there'd be like a little countdown sign. There was one that was like 220 seconds till go kind of thing, and a little countdown clock, which was kind of cool. But we rode over everything today.
That was kind of cool, but the problem wasn't road work per se. The problem was per se, get it?
You're funny.
The problem was we encountered 11 construction sites between Per Se and Matane. Which is about,
I know.
400
yeah.
How much?
The mileage for today was 407.4 kilometers from Per Se start.
Yeah,
so.
And the problem was...
And it took us 8 hours.
It took us 8 hours, but largely because...
We stopped for about an hour and a half.
We stopped for probably an hour and a half of our own volition. Here and there, between basically 2 stops plus gas stops.
Is the lighter in your eyes? Okay.
No, I'm just...
Thank you.
2 45-minute stops. And then a couple of gas stops. And the problem was 11 road work stops with probably an average of between the time you were stopped dead and the time you actually had to meander through the road work, and a lot of it was that scraped up road, which is really hard on motorcycles. And so you were crawling through that. We had scraped up,
and then we had places where they were paving, and we had to sit there in the heat, burning down on us, riding over fresh tar.
And there was one section where we must have done 4 or 5 kilometers of loose gravel road. They had removed the pavement completely. And it was loose gravel, that whole road, which is not a lot of fun on a loaded motorcycle.
Yeah, I remember. Now, by far today, I think we can both safely say it was our hardest riding day so far. It was.
By far.
It was brutal.
And then
after.
At the end, we were going to
wind.
We were going to try to push on to Mount Joly or even Rivière de Loup. Because we got here at 5 and we had a couple of hours theoretically left.
But for the last hour and a half before we got here.
No, but the last hour from Cape Chat. Coming out of Cape Chat, where all the wind turbines are.
Yes.
We quickly discovered why there's huge wind farms on the hill.
Oh my gosh, there were so many. I've never seen that many windmills in one spot before. There was like a family of them. There were like, how many would you say were up on that hill of the
I don't know.
of the windmills? It was crazy.
25?
But oh my gosh, the wind was so strong that literally, I mean, we had to put our heads down, because if you didn't, like, lean forward with your head down, your head was being, like, blown side to side, along with the front end of the bike and the back end of the bike. Like, you really felt like we could be blown off the road. That was one of the times I've never been so scared on a bike. It was very, very intense.
Yeah, it was very intense, and as the road looped this way and that, the extraordinarily strong winds were not only, they would be gusty, because you would drive through a sheltered spot and then come out in it.
Yeah.
But also they changed direction on you, because the road switched back on itself.
Yeah.
So it would be side wind from one side and side wind from the other side, and it was by far the strongest wind I've ever ridden in. And at times it was raining, not heavily, but we stopped and put on rain suits, and at times...
Yeah, we had the first opening of the rain suits today, and we drove the last bit of our journey today in the rain suits, which I was glad actually that we did stop. At first I thought, no, we're being wussies. You know, this is probably, it just started a few drops and it clouded over and got really cold. And I was like, yeah, but we're going to be driving around this coast part and it's probably going to let up. But I'm really glad we did put them on, because it gave us an extra layer of warmth. And, that rain, it does hit your helmet hard. I got a crack, actually, in my helmet, because...
In your visor?
In my visor, because we were driving along, and, well, it looked like a crack. Let me have a look here. And now grab it down on the side. I could be wrong about that, but I remember a rock flying up and hitting me really, really hard.
No, honey, that's the way it's molded.
Oh. Here, I'll show you. Right there. I guess that's the way it's molded, but that's where the rock hit me. But anyway. So...
By the time we got to Matane at 5, we were completely run out.
Yeah.
So we had a little stop by the side of the road, actually in a motel parking lot, which turned out to be full.
Yeah.
And then we came through the downtown. Lori'd seen the sign for a Comfort Inn, so we were kind of looking for that. But Lori fortunately spotted the tourist bureau, which is in a little lighthouse building right on the waterfront.
Beautiful.
And
they turned us on to this
really
place.
nice girl there booked us into this place, which was fortunately only a kilometer down the road. We were in serious discomfort.
Yes, we were. This was the first time that we were riding for this length of time, and I was actually in physical discomfort, like sore, like my legs, like were like, if I don't get off this bike, I'm gonna, I'm not gonna be able to continue. So tomorrow we are headed, hopefully, for Quebec City. We were told by the manager here that it's 400K, which he thinks we can do in 4 hours, but...
No, he said it's 4 hours in a car.
He said it's 4 hours in a car. So for us, it'll probably be a little extra.
We're going to chicken out at Rivière de Loup and ride the highway from Rivière de Loup.
Yeah, because frankly, you're looking sleepy enough that you're going to need any kind of boost of energy we can get.
No, we're going to ride the highway just because it's we can make time doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
The first 200 kilometers to Rivière de Loup are only 90-kilometer zones. And if we encounter traffic and construction, because that's the other part of construction, I meant to mention this.
Yeah.
You get into construction, which is fine, but the problem is you wait in a line at construction, and then you've got 20 or 30 cars in a group.
Right.
And there's no way you could get by them, and that many cars in a group tend to go a lot slower than you could go with clear roads.
Yeah. So
especially these roads.
I'm a little nervous about driving on the Quebec Highway. I've heard bad things about them, but Steve assures me that, and I have complete faith in his competence. So tomorrow morning we're going to get up and we're going to go to the Tourist Bureau and see if a reservation can be made in Quebec at a hotel for us, just because we were told by Dullard way back in Beresford that
We need to
if
do
we
this.
don't have a room held, we might not get one. I mean, we showed up at this one out of the blue and thankfully got a place, but
If we want to
only
stay in Old
because-
Quebec, we probably need to book a room.
exactly. The place has no vacancy now. As soon as we got here, since we got here, like, everybody was following behind us. I've seen everybody we passed on the roads coming in here and looking for rooms, so
got
so
the
we
second
want to
last-
do it ahead
we got
this
the
time.
book
This will be the one reservation we're going to make. So our plan to not have a plan has to be tweaked slightly. We have to have a little bit of...
When I was searching Quebec City on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
I found a place called La Terrasse.
On the internet, you're supposed to, like,
Start it up with the key.
start the key. When you say start the
I
internet.
booted up the internet. And anyway, back in the winter when we were, or in the spring when we were thinking this ahead to this trip, I searched places in Old Quebec, and there are
Yep.
probably 50 places to stay in Old Quebec.
Okay.
But the prices range from about $80 a night to about $400 a night.
Okay.
And
We'll be going for an
clear-
80, I think.
Well, yeah, the terrace, La Terrasse,
Mm-hmm.
was a reasonably priced place
Mm-hmm.
that I had marked down the thing for. So we're going to see if they can make us a reservation there just because I know the name.
Mm-hmm. All right, then. So that's all for now, and we'll see you tomorrow. Going to make it an early night tonight.